Hello and welcome back. So we successfully added the arches and that was pretty challenging, but I think it fits the church pretty well, and we're now ready for the next one, and that is focusing on the top arches, in my opinion the most challenging ones. So let's take a look. You can see the pillars over there, and there are so many ornaments applied, and so I had to make a plan. What can I make, and what is, well, in my opinion, too complicated for the course? Because in fact you can create everything, but I like to show you how modeling works and not putting you into an impossible job. So we will make this ornament. We're not creating the holes, but we do something with this ornament over there. And I also like to add some sandstone on it. And I like to change the color of these triangles to more sandstone as well. All right, so we return and we start. So we hide the church so we have more working space, and we add a cube. Right there, it's exactly where I want it. So we take another look at the reference. So it starts, it's going up. Oh, this is better. And we have sort of a corner, and it's going straight up, and a triangle. So that's what we're going to do. So if this is the front view, I like to make it smaller, like this. And I'm extruding it, just like all the other ones. And size this a little bit more. I like to add this one. So now we're right there, and it's exactly in the middle. So we need to do that as well. Okay, we go to the side view and we extrude it. All right. So this is a sort of the core of the pillar. Right? So I like to start with adding the triangles, and I like to, you see it's wider, so we need to make that wide as well. So this is a nice one to start with. Add an extra loop cut, and we copy this one, put it right there. Yes, we size this, go to the front view, and I like to select all the vertices and bring them all together. So now we have the nice triangle over there. And did we forget something? It's very important that you check everything. I think it needs to be smaller, more square size like this. And we need to have one on top. So I like to have a border. I think it's included. Yeah, there's a border and a small triangle. So let's create it. Let's make it. All right. Make it a bit smaller. Wasn't that big. And there it is. SX. Nice one. And bring that to the rear and make it smaller. I prefer this one. Cool. So one more check. What I will do is what's the most smartest thing to do is I like to add an extra line like so, and another one over there. Cool. And now we select these and we extrude it. SZ, go to the front, and SX. Okay. Right. And why we created this is because I like to apply a texture on it. Right, one over there will fit. Great. one more check, because when we add a texture, we can go back. Well, we can, but we have to do it all over again. I don't like that. Cool. So I'll go to the material settings, add a new one, and I like to start with the brick texture. So where is it? It's called brick, church brick. There we go. Cool. So this is the normal process. You make a projection. Well, first of all, Control A, rotation and scale, and now we make a projection. I like to have a visual brick Dutch too, and we size this a little bit more. Okay, just a bit more, and we go to the left and right side. I don't need the top because I like to apply another texture on that. Projection from view, and now we need the front. So drag this position. Okay, and we drag this. Right there, a bit smaller. This will do. Go to texture, quick review. No strange things are happening. All right, so we will add a new one. New, and image, open. And I like to add this one, bare ornaments. So we start with selecting the front. Deselect and make a projection. Yes, projection. I have to take a look and call this beer orna. All right, here, and there it is. So I don't want both of them. I only want this one. And scale this. Great. So take a look. Texture, assign. All right, and I forgot to add these, and I go for a projection on the sides as well. So it was my mistake. So do it again. It was a nice test. All right. Okay, and now assign it again. So now we have these on the corner. And we add another material, new, image, open, ornaments, and we select bare orna site. Bare orna site. And I like to select the sides and there and accept these. Okay, we go for a new projection. Side. There we go. And we select it. I like to rotate it. Something like this. And let's take a look. Assign it. Okay, so you can see we have a black thing over there. So probably the best thing to do, and I was already struggling with this, is making a side selection. Everything selected, yes. View, projection from view, rotate this. And assign it. So now it's blending better in my opinion. Cool. So we also select these. Making a projection, and go to New Material, Image, Open, and we also have Beer Orna Stone. All right, we project this. Stone will do. Assign it. New projection. They're all square size, so it will not really break it. All right. Nice. And we'll select these. Because else we have stretch it. UVs. I like to avoid that. Okay. There we go. Maybe a bit more. No. And the same for this side. I mean, it's great to see some green, but this is a little bit too much. New projection. Okay. And I like to do this as well for the top. It's a really nice texture. It's very smooth. It has some nice corners. Assign it. Yeah, we can go to the side, U, projection. And that's almost done. All right. So that looks good. I like to do one more thing, and that is adding a new cube. And these are going to be the sandstone ornaments. All right. Very important, because these will help you to make a transition. Very smoothly. S, Y, a bit more. Not too much. All right. And stone. And projection. We scale this. Like this. S, Y. Let's make a loop cut. And the sides. U. Projection. Perfect. How does that look like? Okay, so scale this down. Yes, and we copy this. And one more time, Shift D. So now you can see that I'm using it as a... Okay, this can be a little bit smaller. As a transition. So now it's blending well with the top ornament. So I'm pressing Shift D. Scale this to this position. And you can grab it, push it. But we need to grab these, and I like to bring these back. Texture, yeah, you don't want it to be stretched. All right, so now we duplicate it another time. And on top, play a little bit with the size. That's important. And I'd like to do one more thing. Select these and beer or a side assign. Click side. Yes, and we rotate this snapping tool. Okay, so it's blending. Nice. Same for these. This is important because there is a little bit of a hard transition right now. Assign. Beer or on a side. So, oh yeah, of course. I thought, why isn't it apply? But we need to rotate it. I was a little bit confused. Okay. So now we have this nice looking ornament, and maybe this will add, but you won't really see it because it's on top, so it's not visible. Okay. Grab it, move this to the left, pressing Alt-H, grab it again, and we make this smaller till it fits the church. Okay, so Control-A, rotation and scale, and we go to the snapping tool. Right, we need to put it a bit more inside of the church. Okay, and what I discovered right now is that it's a little bit too big. So we try to make it a bit smaller. I hope that won't really affect the stretching textures. Okay, well, it's a little bit too much, probably. Okay, let's take a look how this works. Oh, that's strange. It was probably pretty good. Okay, turn off the snapping tool because it can really be annoying. All right. So this works well. Okay, Shift D. I want one over there as well. Okay, this is too much. Just there. But you want this line integrated into the church. Just a little bit of adding it in and rotating it. Shift D. Shift D. Yeah. And we're almost done. Getting closer and closer. That's too much. Too much still. Okay. And we want one over there. And then we're done. I like to have separated pillars, because then we can tweak them, make them maybe a little bit broken. But because the other ones, there were so many of them, Alt-D was the best solution in my opinion. All right, cool. So let's take a look how this looks like. Go to texture. All right, so there you go. You have some nice pillars on top of the church. And yeah, we did pretty well. So in the next lecture, we will focus more on the windows and adding some wooden planks, as you can see on this view. So that's what is next. All right, I hope you liked it and see you in the next lecture. Bye-bye.